Lachlan Galvin just made a huge statement and we need to talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Geordie, a diehard Tigers fan who's played orange and black through the years of disappointment. Hit that like and subscribe button if you love the Tigers and want to help me and the algorithm out. This is the spot where we talk all things Tigers, news, analysis, and many, many more things. We dive deep into everything West Tigers right here, so let's get into it and welcome back to the channel. So, let's get into the topic of today's discussion. Just a week ago, there was a lot of questions going on this channel about Lachlan Galvin. Rumors were flying everywhere saying he might make a move to somewhere like the Eels, and let's face it, his performance against the Knights wasn't exactly what we were hoping for, nor was it a confidence booster as a whole for a club, right? He just didn't seem to have that flair and that same player that we saw during preseason, and I was terrified. Like, there were some concerns with him overstepping Doueihi and just trying to do too much in that game on his own instead of focusing on the game as a whole with the team. Everything just felt disorganized in his play, and I was like just not feeling it with him, and I was starting to wonder whether he had what it takes to be a West Tiger. And fast forward to the game last week against the Eels, and let me tell you, Lachlan Galvin changed my mind, completely turned that narrative that I was creating in my mind around, and from the very first whistle, you could see a different player out there, and he was just it's like a switch had flipped, and I was frothing. Like, suddenly this kid was everywhere. He wasn't just running the ball, he was leading the charge, tackling, orchestrating plays after play, directing the attack and backlining, just getting the team in the right positions to score tries and get points and just create an overall friggin' great game that you'd want to see from your number 6. He was just shining in that role, and I was frothing. And I think what impressed me the most about this kid, it wasn't all that flashy stuff, right? To me, there was plenty of that, sure. It was how he controlled the game overall. The way he set up his teammates, particularly people like Doueihi, and then helped assist Api. It was just something we didn't see in the game against the Knights. He was just so calm under pressure. He made such quick decisions and just showed maturity of a seasoned player out on that field. And it felt like he had finally grown into his role, right? And you could just tell it wasn't about the game for him. It was about proving himself that he wanted to be here and that he wants to show us exactly why he is the future of this club and signed with us. That try he made in that first half was absolutely banging. Like, he just plowed through those people and he picked up the ball in his own half, broke through a couple of Eels defenders, and just sprinted down the field with a bloody grin on his face, with like a man on a mission, right? And although that was impressive, like, it was just more than that. He had vision, he had awareness of what was going on around him, and he knew exactly when to accelerate, when to pass, when to step, and when to kick, and the whole game was like that. And that's the kind of leadership we need from him, right? When a player like Galvin takes charge, the whole team leads off of that energy and feeds on that, right? And it wasn't just Galvin's individual brilliance either that impressed me. His chemistry with people like Doueihi, Api, and Luai stood out in a major way that I didn't know I could see, right? Like, Galvin was able to set up play after play and, just position to execute the game, and there was a fluidity in the attack and the defense, right? And I haven't seen that for a while, and with this kid coming in, I was frothing on that, and Galvin was just giving clear direction and providing support where we needed it the most. There's no doubt in my mind that he is building a strong connection with the key teammates that we need, and that is going to be a massive thing as we move forward at the club and get more wins under our belt, right? He is exactly the kind of player I think we need in this season of the West Tigers. He's going to be the one to build the future. The club is going to get around him. And sure, there is always room to grow, especially under the leadership of Benji Marshall, but the signs are there that there is so much potential. And when you look at his performance against the Eels, you can just see the making of a future footy superstar. And I am thinking he is going to be the leader who can take control when it matters and sets up the plays that shift the game in our favor time after time after time, right? He's just got that fire in his belly that you can tell that is going to drive him to succeed, and that is the hunger I want to see. And I want him to see like him prove all these doubters wrong. People like me that were doubting him literally last week. And let's not forget real quick, he does have a strong support system around him with players like Doueihi, Uppy, Doueihi, and even like Skelton. Like in these positions, they're all over the field. But Galvin is a perfect spot to create plays and to give the ball off and to help people flourish. And he's shown that he can handle the pressure, and he's shown that he can, take a massive step up and be a leader. And I just want the team to grow and get around him for sure. So as we look ahead, I do truly believe Lachlan Galvin, amongst all the chaos that's out there about his name, will be one of the players that help propel this team forward into the top 8. He's got so much freaking potential. The skills there, the flair's there, and the mindset to just lead the Tigers back to prominence is going to take time, sure, but the foundation is there with him. And if he continues to work hard to develop at this rate that he's developing at, I think we're going to see a lot more performances like we saw against the Eels coming from him, and that's exactly what we need. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of Galvin's performance against the Eels in consideration from last week, right, in the conversations we have? Do you think he is the future of the club, or is he just overhyped and overstated on what he can and can't do? And I want to get the conversation going in the comments, because I really do believe he has so much potential, and if he just stays loyal to us, he has an amazing career. And back to the whole money rumor thing that we were talking about last year, if he stays loyal for a few years with us, there is no doubt in my mind that people like Benji Marshall, if he's still the coach, will definitely give him a salary bump. So if he's looking for more money, if I were him, I would play so freaking hard these next couple seasons and then show that, hey, I've got what it takes and I'm loyal to this club. I don't want to be anywhere else. Show me some more money, and I guarantee you it will come his way. So, Lockie, if you're listening, that's my piece of advice to you, mate. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I would love to hear all your opinions on Lachlan Galvin, good or bad or undecided, in the comments below, because I really do believe this kid has a lot to offer this team and is going to be pivotal in getting us to the top 8. But yeah, as always, guys, we have to just keep believing. We got to dream big and take it easy. Geordie out.